Karma sellers sometimes get into this process, and we assume because we do it every day that they somehow magically have knowledge that we have,
right?
And it's not that way.
No.
So from a home seller's perspective, what do you think is something that we need to go ahead and tell them about that we don't always think about?
I think one of them is when somebody wants to schedule a showing. We have an app called Showing Time that the agent will go through, schedule a date, a time, and it'll come to your phone for approval. So you'll get an email and a text message. You can approve it. You can decline it. And if you do, you can say why, or, can you reschedule it this time? Things like that. So.
And it is also possible because for some people, a few, they don't do text messages or email. And you can also get the phone call, but we don't really recommend that because the phone call is automated and is long.
Yeah.
Like it's the long, like they don't say, hey, somebody, so-and-so would like to show your house today at 3 p.m. They're like, hello, this is Showing Time with whatever.
Yeah.
So by the time they tell you about the showing, you're like,
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So usually it's text or email. And if we need to do phone calls, usually we handle that so that you don't have to, we don't want you dealing with that showing time. What's something else that they might not think about?
I think turning the heater on or during the summer, the air conditioner, making sure things are unlocked, that they can get into, outbuildings, sheds, things like that. Lights on usually a lot of times. If you're living in the home and you leave some lights on so that when they come in, especially this time of season, if it's a little bit darker when they do come in, there'll be light and it won't be, it'll be more homey, I guess, when they come through.
Yeah, because we want them to have a good feeling when they come through. Another one from the seller's perspective is the lock box that's on the front door. Sometimes people will lock themselves out. And they'll call me and they'll be like, Jenny, can you give me the code so I can get the key out of the lockbox? It doesn't work that way.
Right.
It used to years ago. But now a real estate agent or anybody else that's accessing the lockbox has to have an app. And they, it talks to each other and then the key falls out. But it's not something we can do remotely.
Yeah.
What else from the sellers?
Just maybe being a little bit realistic about how many showings you may get. Different seasons, you're going to get, of course, more spring, summer, winter. You're not going to quite get as many, but during the winter, I think also you have more people ready to buy.
Yeah.
Like if they're getting out there in the cold and the rain and they're wanting to see this house, they, are more serious, I think.
Well, and I think a lot of it goes back to the night, how soon it gets dark. Because in the spring and summer, you have a lot of people that are like pre-approved, like they've gone through the pre-approved process, but they're considering moving. And so they go out and look at houses after work, where in the wintertime, it's the people who have to move, because a lot of times for those people to see a house, they either have to go on the weekends or they have to take off from work to go see the house because you can't see much at night.
Yeah.
So your showings do go down, but I promise you in the wintertime, they're much more serious buyers.
Yeah.
Because we, in spring and summer, it's just a lot of people considering moving.
Right.
And honestly, have we not been that way too?
Yeah.
Like the weather feels good and we're like, I think I might want to move.
Yeah.
But we don't have to move.
Spring fever.
Spring fever.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that again.